Many people have already spoken on the absurdity of LeBron's behavior and how he painted a target on Bronny's back. You know, LeBron's able to talk trash, but nobody else is. But the last line in this tweet, people have been overlooking. I'm going to read it in case people are jogging or driving and just listening. Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Shit, lightweight, hilarious. 4 laugh crying emojis. Well, fanboys, we know where you get that from. Fucking King James. Someone who calls himself the king using emojis. I'm surprised you didn't add the 100% emoji behind it. So we all know that it can't not be true. Those emojis, they solidify everything, don't they? So, shit, lightweight, hilarious. I mean, that is a straight slap in the face to NBA players. And if you were on League Pass, that means it's one of the guys who plays. Not talking about the bench. He's talking about the other guys out on the court. He didn't just say that his son was better than some of you. He said that watching you was lightweight hilarious. I can't believe that LeBron James gets to talk about the media being disrespectful or fans being disrespectful. This is the most disrespectful, childish piece of shit in sports history. And he's always blabbing his mouth. And then fanboys turn around and say, oh, everybody hates on him. He's so scrutinized. So obviously, in addition to having a problem with LeBron James's behavior, I have a problem with no players saying anything about this. I mean, come on. Not one. That's weird. That's weird. That's a lot of players. And a lot of them pretend to be tough guys. Nobody took offense to that or is willing to say anything. That's suspicious, people. That is suspicious. Once again, special rules for LeBron James. Oh my God. Like I said, I can't keep up with this. That's why it's been going on for days. There's yet another piece. Now, apparently, in Stephen A's latest interview, says that Bronny looked sad, and that's probably what triggered LeBron. I mean, you're still making excuses for the guy that basically assaulted you. Supposedly Stephen A, because I saw the headlines like Stephen A doubles down, Stephen A gets tough. No, I guess I missed that part. He's making the excuses for LeBron. Oh, his son looked really sad and LeBron must have seen that, and now I get it as a father. God damn, Stephen A. Like, people can't have your back even when they're ready to have your back because you're such a goddamn pussy. Let me tell you something, Stephen A. If you look at Bronny very often, he looks sad pretty often. Did you consider that Bronny understands what's being done to him by his father? Millions of dollars or not, he is a pawn for his father to use. He is a multi-million-dollar pawn. Bronny hasn't played a minute since the last blowout that allowed him to get in. Maybe Bronny's aware that that's clownish, that he's literally using up a roster and bench spot when he is only going to play if there's an extreme blowout. Maybe that's on Bronny's mind. Did you consider that, Stephen A. Smith? But again, this is all moot. None of this matters. Because, remember, Bronny doesn't give a fuck. And Bronny might not. Again, how do I know? Bronny's conducted himself better than his father has, that's for sure. Anyway, according to the lip readers and according to Stephen A. Smith, this was LeBron saying, leave my son out of this, stop talking shit about my son, blah, 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 blah. And then LeBron turns around and has to find his butt buddy Richard Jefferson to explain away his actions. Maybe he was having some sort of realization of how stupid what he did was, or maybe Richard Jefferson actually was like, what the hell was that? And the story changes again on the spot. He goes from telling Stephen A. Smith to leave his son alone to, hey, he insulted me as a father when he saw Richard Jefferson. And it doesn't matter. LeBron James could speak absolute unintelligible gibberish, and his fanboys would stand on it. Oh yeah, that's wisdom right there. Fuck. Oh wow, did you hear what LeBron said? I've been recording segments of this over a period of days while I work on other projects. And I guess it's good not to rush out the video because the drama doesn't stop. They keep adding more and more BS to this LeBron Stephen A thing. So the latest development is that Stephen A. Smith decided to sort of kind of grow a pair and get a little bit bolder on Gil's Arena. No, sorry, Stephen A. I'm rejecting that. You chose to snivel and grovel and actually apologize after LeBron James pulled that bullshit on you. You don't get to wait 2 days and then decide, oh wait, this is how I really felt about it. And you see fanboys and fanboy channels and even non-fanboy channels posting ridiculous crap like LeBron breaks his silence about what really happened. Breaks his silence? He's the one that mouthed off. What kind of ridiculous shit is happening in this world? LeBron makes the noise, says it out loud for everyone to see, and then a couple of days later we have LeBron finally breaks his silence about what happened. No, we saw what happened. God damn, people are weird. Obviously, the weirdest part of it, well, I don't know which part's the weirdest, but fanboys celebrating LeBron acting like a punk-ass bitch to an old man, that's pretty fucking disturbing. We've gotta implement a law that prevents you people from reproducing. What else has been added to this embarrassing disaster? Well, you got the footage that LeBron confronting 60-year-old 6'1" Stephen A. Smith himself wasn't enough. He had to get Morris to come with him. My God. You see LeBron James and Richard Jefferson, where LeBron is apparently saying, no, when he said as a father, that's where it was too much. And of course, fanboys are like, yep, that's right. Anything LeBron James says, any excuse he comes up with. You notice the never-ending special rules for LeBron James. And whenever he makes an embarrassing, pathetic speech, it's forgiven and accepted as if he is the one who knows what's right and what's wrong. He did the same thing in the 2016 finals. Oh, this, as a father, he said the same shit that Stephen A. Smith did. As a father, there's just certain things. As a father, there's just certain things you can't say. As a husband, as a family man. One of many examples of LeBron James coming up with his own set of rules. Draymond Green can't call him a bitch. Hey, why don't you recruit Draymond to Clutch Sports? That'll solve your problem. So LeBron's new rule is, oh, you can't say as a father because that made it personal. Even though he said as a father. Speaking of Draymond Green's sorry ass, what a collection of friends LeBron James hangs out with, huh? Birds of a feather flock together. But what a one-sided friendship that is. It's just Draymond constantly trying to earn his paycheck. And LeBron, what's LeBron do? LeBron turns around and shits on him, makes fun of him, mocks him. I mean, Draymond intentionally misses a layup, bounces it off the backboard right into your hands in this game. That's how bad this corruption is. And instead of saying thank you, LeBron James mocks Draymond Green. Those paychecks must be something else. And add to this, now we have the Dwight Howard story coming out saying that he was traded away because he told LeBron to stop acting like a bitch. It's just more of the world has to play by LeBron James's rules, and he's gotten away with no criticism for so long that he doesn't know how to react to it in anything that even remotely resembles a man. Let me explain something to fanboys. Sometimes you need to be called a B. Sometimes you need to be called out. But not in the just random name calling way, but when you are acting like a B and someone on your team has the balls to say, hey, stop acting like a B. It needs to be said when you've got someone who is a bona fide B on your team. Another puzzling aspect of this was trying to figure out what Stephen A. even said that was so bad and how long ago it happened. Apparently, it was the "as a father, I'm pleading with you" bit that he did. And Stephen A. sold himself short on that one even, because he said when he came back on and apologized the next day that it was a few weeks ago. No, that was back in January. This went down on March 6th. Over a month had transpired. Yeah, so if you're harboring that kind of anger for that much time and are going to unleash it on someone when you can do it in a public setting, then there's a lot of other people that he could have threatened or called out publicly in that amount of time who had said things about Bronny. So we have to circle back to LeBron's special rules that don't apply to him but apply to whomever he wants them to apply to. I'm saying it wasn't that bad, especially considering that it was true. Actually, maybe that's the problem, that it was true and LeBron can't handle the truth. But again, it really wasn't that bad. It is not on the level of being worthy of basically threatening somebody, because if you believe the posts that came out from lip readers, LeBron apparently said, "I'll give you one chance." Or did he say, "I'll tell you one time, bro"? I mean, that sounds like an ultimatum. That sounds like a threat. Don't tell me that that's not a threat, because picture yourself responding to that. You either cower to the threat the way Stephen A. Smith did, or you counter the threat. And how do you counter when someone says something like, "I'll tell you one time"? You say, "Or what?" Someone threatened, and you counter the threat. That was a threat. Interesting how LeBron can get away with threatening people and cussing in public again. The face of the league, he's done so much. He's done so much for the league. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That's one more thing about the Ryan Clark comments that I didn't like. He also went on about, LeBron's always conducted himself in the utmost way and blah, 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 the face of the league. More compliments. I'm telling you that the Ryan Clark segment, similar to Stephen A. Smith segments, was 80 to 90% glazing with a little bit of criticism. LeBron James hasn't conducted himself well from the beginning. Not just a few screw-ups here and there, but consistently said embarrassing things that maybe this was part of the plan. Has always kept the media talking and debating and attracted a certain type of crowd while repelling a different type of crowd. For the record, I posted on my channel a request for fanboys or for anybody to tell me what Stephen A. said that was so bad, because we were still trying to figure it out at the time. We didn't know that it was the "as a father" thing. And maybe they're going to change their story again. Who knows? I mean, maybe this whole thing's scripted. Maybe Stephen A. and LeBron planned this to keep people talking. I mean, Stephen A. is not an anti-LeBron person. He's usually sucking up to him. Just not quite as much as some of the rest of the media sucks up to him. But in any case, I did put the invitation out there. And I said, what did he say and how long ago did he say it? And I just finished scrolling through the comments and I didn't see anything definitive and nothing from any fanboys. But I did see a lot of fanboy channels pop up. I don't know why YouTube is suggesting them. YouTube gives all this love to brand new channels that have like no subscribers, hardly any views, but all these children out there suddenly have channels that are being suggested by YouTube that are celebrating. Oh, LeBron rolled up on Stephen A hard. LeBron's the king. I'm honestly dying on the inside knowing that you people are filling the world, that you're proud of that sort of behavior. Holy shit. But another layer of this absurdity is that LeBron James himself, at the beginning of the season, very smugly told the world, and of course he had to do his wide eyes and drop the F-bomb because he's so classy, but let's make sure that everybody thinks I'm being sincere by cussing and making my eyeballs pop out of my head. I don't know if you know this, but Bronny doesn't give a fuck what people think. Oh, okay, LeBron. So it's just you who's all up in their feelings. I mean, if you believe what you just said, if you believe what you just said about Bronny, one, that makes him more mature than you. Two, it means maybe you should also keep your mouth shut. It means that you had no reason to do this. Oh, right, it was about you. It wasn't actually about Bronny. It was as a father. Jesus, what a piece of trash. Again, people using fatherhood as an excuse to behave in a terrible way rather than realizing that fatherhood brings more responsibility and a greater calling to behave in a higher manner than you might have otherwise. That's 16 and a half minutes of me blabbering and pondering the most recent Jerry Springer NBA crap, and it's only one of 3 parts. Ugh. All right, I'm stopping there.